Students, let's do Unit 3, Chapter 6 today. Robinson Crusoe discovers a footprint. So I'll read the chapter for you and then explain the chapter as well, okay? Robinson Crusoe discovers a footprint. One day, when I was going towards my boat, I was surprised to see the footprint of a man on the sand. I stood amazed. I listened. I looked around me. I could neither hear nor see anything. I went up higher to look down. I went up the shore and down the shore, but it was no good. I could find no other footprint but that one. I went to see it again to see if there were any more footprints and to tell if it had been my imagination. So, Robinson Crusoe is a sailor whose ship has been destroyed by the sea, and he was staying all alone in that island for many years. He longed for company, but since he was staying all alone, so when he saw a footprint, he was a little scared. Okay, so the next line, but I was not mistaken, for there was exactly the print of a foot, the toe, heel, every part of a foot. I could not imagine how it came there. So, he was a little scared, but he thought might be it is his imagination. So he went again and he checked the footprint. So I'll show you in the next page. The footprint is there. So how he could make out that it was footprint. So can you check this footprint? It is the toes, the proper footprint, the mark was there. So he thought no, it was a footprint, and he was scared. So the next line, I stayed a long time thinking but became more and more confused. He was so confused, but he was very scared, so he ran back. Okay, so next line, as at last I returned home very frightened, looking behind me after every 2 or 3 steps, mistaking every bush and tree to be a man. So he thought that someone is following him, and he thought that the bush and tree to be a man. When I came to my cave, which I call my castle, so he was staying in a cave. He was staying in an island where he was staying inside a cave. He ran inside it as if I was being chased. Chase means someone was following him. I do not remember whether I used the ladder, ladder means the stairs, or went in by the hole in the rocks. So in the rocks there were some holes which he called the door. Okay, so next line, I ran for cover faster than any animal could run. I ran for cover means he ran to save himself. Okay, he did not sleep that night. The more I thought about what I had seen, the more afraid I became. I thought it could be one of the savages of the mainland who had wandered out the sea in a small boat. So then again he thought maybe they were the very the people, the primitive people who could just wandered means those who go from one place to another. So they might have come in a small boat, okay, towards his island. Luckily I was not on the shore at that time, but what if he had seen my boat? If he had seen the boat, he would have realized that someone lived on the island and would soon return with others to kill and eat me. So again, the other thought was coming in his mind. He thought that if he would have seen his boat, the savage would see his boat, then they would go and bring more people, and they would kill and eat him. Okay, and so I lay fearful for many days and prayed for protection. In doing so, I was much comforted and began going out to investigate. Investigate means to find out, right? But even now, I went forward. I looked behind me frequently. Frequently means when someone is scared, like when we are scared and we are walking and we think that someone is chasing us, we keep on looking again and again, many times. Frequently means many times, okay? Because I was still very frightened, because he was very frightened. So we were just looking back again and again. However, I went about for 2 or 3 days and saw nothing. I became a little bolder. So again, he went for 2 or 3 days. He saw nothing out there. So he became a little bolder. That means more confident. No, 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 no one is there. So he decided to go there again. I decided to go down to the shore again and examine the footprint once again. I decided to measure it with my own foot mark. As I came closer to the footprint, I realized that it could not be my footprint because I had not come to this part of the beach since a long time. So when he checked the footprint with his foot, it was not similar, and he thought again that he didn't went to that this beach for a long time. Secondly, I placed my foot alongside that footprint. It seemed larger than my own. My fear returned. I went home again, believing that there was someone there. The island was inhabited. So, this particular story was adapted from Robinson Crusoe's story. Okay, discovers a footprint is a small part of it. So it's just a story where he saw a footprint and he was very scared since he was staying all alone there, and he thought that some savages had have come to eat him. So he was very scared, and how he for a few days he stayed in his cave, and then after that again he went out to check the footprint with his footprint, but it was not, he could make out that it could examine and he could make out it was not his footprint. So he was again scared and he went back to the castle. Okay, read the chapter nicely, and then I'll ask you to read the passage and send back to me. Okay, not now. Read it carefully, and after reading it you write down the new words. um, After completing chapter, okay, you will read the chapter nicely and you will write the new words. Then we'll do the exercises. So the new words which we have are savages, as I said, wild people in primitive state. Mainland, large continuous extent of land. Wandered, go from one place to another without a definite route. So he thought that people are wandering and coming towards him, right? Bolder, I told you, more confident. Inhabited, occupied, dwelled in. So that they must have thought, the savages who came, they must have thought that it was, since they came over here, so it is already inhabited, it is already occupied. Okay, so it's a story of a sailor who was staying all alone on an island. Okay, so it's a very, the exercises given over here is very easy. You can easily write the answers, question answers, choose the correct answers. I want you to do on your own. Okay, see, I'm giving the answer as well, it's there, I've ticked the answers, but still you can do it on your own. Okay, and we'll do the question answers tomorrow. Thank you.